Okay, let's get started. It's a beautiful day. You are now watching Unks in the Building. UNCS Unks. Unks in the Building. Resident Unk here, Byron. And I'm here with my fantastic wife, Auntie Stacy.
Hello.
And today we are once again talking through some of those Reddit stories. We can go ahead and get started.
Let's get started.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This story comes from the subreddit, Am I the A-hole?
Love those.
Am I the a-hole for moving me and my newborn in the RV after my mother-in-law and husband tried giving it away?
Mother-in-law and husband tried to give it away. And she moved who in?
Oh, they deleted the post. It's gone. This is why I should take pictures instead.
Okay.
I'm going to have to start over.
All right. So we're not reading that Reddit story.
Okay.
Keep it real. Let's
All
keep
right.
going.
Am I the a-hole for making my wife pay me for something she gave away?
Pay you
For something
for something she gave away. All right. Go ahead.
My wife has a bad habit of giving away or lending out things that don't belong to her. I lost count of how many times I go look for something of mine only for her to say she lent it to somebody.
It's not okay.
She also takes forever to get the item back. She once lent my stuff to a coworker and refused to ask for it back for a month. And I'll never forget the day my usually quiet, reserved son snapped at her for trying to give away his Nintendo Switch. If I wasn't so fed up with her behavior, I would have washed his mouth out with soap. I've had countless talks with her, but she continues to do this. My son and I have resorted to locking up anything we didn't want touched, which is something we shouldn't have to do in our own home.
This is insane.
Last week, I won a $300 tent in a raffle. I had no plans on using it, so I was selling it. When I found a buyer and went to look for it, I couldn't find it. When I asked my wife, she said she gave it to a friend of ours. I got mad and she said she gave it to a friend of ours. Again, okay. I got mad at her and she said I had no right. I got mad at her and said she had no right to give it away. Her defense was, since I didn't spend money on it and I wasn't planning on using it, it made sense to give it away for free.
No.
I told her that wasn't her decision to make, but she kept repeating herself. I had enough of this and said she's either going to pay me herself or get the money from who she gave it to. And if she didn't, I'd get law enforcement involved.
Oh, Lord.
Since she'd rather die than ask a friend for money, she paid me out of her own pocket.
Crazy.
This issue eventually got around to her family. While they did say she should have asked me first, they also reprimanded me for asking for payment.
Nope.
They reasoned that since I didn't actually buy the tent, I didn't lose any money. And it went to a friend who could actually put it to good use. I got several texts saying I should be ashamed for extorting my wife for money. I think I have every right to want to be paid for something of mine that was taken, but everyone keeps emphasizing the fact that I didn't technically buy the tent and didn't want it, so I have nothing to be upset about. Am I the a-hole?
So let's talk about the times where she took things and gave it away that you did spend money on.
Right.
Okay. This isn't about whether or not you spent money. This is about, she almost got like a reverse kleptomaniac type situation going on. Like she has this, who just takes somebody's stuff and just gives it to somebody. This is a kid's Nintendo Switch.
She is addicted to looking generous to people.
Definitely.
Because
that's
even
a
at
problem.
the inconvenience of her family, who is suffering from it, she was obsessed with looking good.
Hashtag not okay. It's not okay.
Looking good or wealthy. There's something there psychologically.
Something she's getting a payback off of it. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you so. She's getting high off of that.
You're so generous. Thank you.
She's getting high off that. No, sir. I don't care what your family says. Excuse me, what her family says. You're not out of line for that. Because I'm sure you get money back for this thing
Cut
is
her.
less than
Yeah.
covering the stuff she's given away in the past and you just let it slide. I'm sure. If she's trying to give away a kid's Nintendo Switch, you don't take a video game from a child.
Who actively is using the
Yes.
thing.
People who have Nintendo Switches, they carry them around in their pockets. I don't have one, but I've seen it. And the kids are attached to them. For you to give it away without that person's
discussion.
Yeah, like you didn't say, hey, look, that's not something you even give away.
Yeah.
It's too much of a personal. It's not something's not well.
Yeah.
It's too much of a personal item to be like, I'm just gonna take this and just. Oh yeah, my kid got one. You can have it. What? Right. No, you're gonna pay me for this one this time. Especially he had a buyer already. Where's it at?
Yeah, he can't. He had to lose the buyer. He had to say, "Listen, it's a problem with the issue. What problem is it?"
That's crazy. So now I'm embarrassed.
You're losing points on your whatever.
If you use something else, you're getting a bad review.
Yep.
I'm embarrassed, and I don't have no money. I'm just supposed to take it on the chin again. If it's been something that's been ongoing and you've had conversations about it, no, sir, make her pay for that. I hate to say that because it's kind of like.
Is the same money, but
you
know what I don't like about this story is her involving her family and making him the bad guy when she's been egregious time and time again. Sounds like years of it, and she never involved her family and was like, "Hey, I gave away his favorite sweater.
Was I wrong?
Was I wrong for that?" No, you never involved them in any of that. They've probably been beneficiaries of stuff she's given away to them. He's not gonna go. Most men are just not gonna go and tattletale on their wives, especially to her own family.
That is correct.
So it's real petty to go out now, not admit that you were wrong in any way, shape, or form for all the other times you've done it. The thing is, if it was a one-time thing, I could understand her being like, "What the heck, man?" First of all, it's still upsetting.
Yeah.
But if it was a one-time thing, it's forgivable.
I could understand it if if that was her
a one-off
first and only time doing it, and it was kind of like, bruh, you said you weren't going to use it. I found somebody who needed it, and I gave it to them. We weren't going to use it. It was sitting in our garage. You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes sense to do.
No, he got to the point where he was sick of it.
Right,
and
already.
That's why he did
already. Like,
money.
this is... No.
In fact, I think it was kind of brilliant because now, and only now, she might think again if she tries to do this stuff because he is not playing.
He losing money on this.
Yeah.
So
he's not playing with her anymore.
The rebuttal to anybody who has anything to say about that is kind of like, let's talk about all the times prior when I did spend money. You're saying I didn't spend money at this time. That's fine. You're right. I didn't spend money. But it's not every time. Other times, I've let stuff go.
The thing about it, I find these people to be rude, sending texts and stuff. They could have just heard the story, shake their head, and be like, man, that's
crazy.
Why are you texting him and getting in other people's business? But if he was going to get a buyer and getting $300 for it, why is the family okay with him just being like, it's okay, guy, like, don't worry about it. That's not your money. They don't know their financial situation.
Sure don't.
You don't know what he was planning to do with that $300.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And she has no accountability. That's really bad.
That's the part that's wild. It's like, I did something wrong and...
I'm going to double down.
You said what now?
And she's like, I'm going to double down.
Right. I did something wrong and you weren't going to use it. And you got it for free. So it's like you're not... I don't like people who, instead of dealing with the problem, try to change the argument.
Right. Deflect.
Like that circle arguing, like, yo, what are we talking about right here? We are not talking about whether or not I was paying for the device or if I quote unquote lost out on something because I spent my hard earned money on it. We're not talking about that. We're talking about you have a problem. You take people's things. Let's say what it is. You steal people's things
and give it away.
and give them away.
Robin Hood, a Robin Hood
It
complex.
is. She is Robin Hood. 100%. She's Robin Hood.
But she's screwing her own family over.
Bruh. It feel cokish. Like it feel like
Ooh.
I'm on drugs, but it's like the reverse though, because like when you a crackhead, you still the
She's
VCRs.
saying she gave it away. She's saying she gave it away.
Well, no, she is because the person that gave it back, he had to beg to get it back.
He didn't get nothing back.
I thought she said not the thing, but I thought she said at some point.
She said she would rather die than ask for something back.
Right, but I'm saying
the month, yeah, something the person had for a month.
For a month,
you're right.
it's like that's a long time to have somebody's stuff. It's like you're waiting for that law. What's the law? It's a law. It's like if you keep somebody's stuff for
30 days or something.
Yeah, I can't remember. I thought it was a little bit longer than that.
90 maybe.
Yeah, it's like 60 or 90 days, and it's like that's yours now.
Right.
If they let you hold it, they'll come back and get it. It's like I feel like it's one of them things where it's like, no, don't worry about it. Now you want to go back because you didn't give it to them with the understanding that they need to give it back. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm sure she feels like, here you go. Exactly. Because she's addicted to being a hero.
A giver. I don't know what that's about, but that's something that sounds like therapy is needed.
Yeah.
It sounds like something happened. Yeah. But is it people pleasing? Like, how you going to just randomly bring up?
It's not people pleasing.
It's beyond that.
It's more like, I'm so generous and rich, or something.
You got like a hero complex or something like. Because I'm doing over and beyond what I have to do.
Right.
Nobody needs a tent. Oh, but they're going to put it to such good use.
That's fine. That the person is this avid, hiker, and they go on long things and they sleep. That's fine. They need to pay for it if that's what he wanted. You need to come together and say, hey. Bobby at work really, he was looking for a tent since you have one. How do you feel about giving it to him? And he was like, he could be like, no, I'm going to sell it.
Yeah.
And that's how you come to decisions. You don't just give away other people's stuff.
This is a bigger issue, and it's highlighting stuff inside their marriage. Because the thing is, where's the communication on stuff like that?
Well, the communication, no, they're not. But the communication to her was, please,
don't do this.
For Pete's sake, stop giving away our stuff. Can you stop? And she was like, anyways, Right. The thing that you said was good, where you said, what are we really talking about here? What's the argument? The argument is that you consistently keep stepping over this boundary.
Yeah.
And it's just, now you're getting your family involved. That's
not okay.
It's like a disrespect, and then you put another layer of disrespect.
I don't care what you're saying. I'm going to do what I want to do, and I don't want to do it to you. I'm going to do it to our kid too.
Anybody.
When you going to start bringing stuff home? Start getting these generous people that you just so generously get. Start taking some stuff. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, no, sir. You're not the a-hole. Make her pay. Hate to be like that because it sounds so terrible coming out of my mouth, but it's accurate. They need
counseling, couples counseling, because he doesn't trust her, but not in a way that's like
accusatory of one party versus the other.
But I'm locking up my stuff.
That's insane.
Yeah, me and my son have to lock our things up. So
she needs some help. I don't know what that is, but. Like if you don't teach her this lesson, when does it stop?
Right.
Like when does it stop? Does it ever stop? No. Go ahead.
All right. Next story. Am I the a-hole? It's the same.
We don't mind those at all. We don't mind those.
Am I the a-hole for refusing to let my brother's fiance wear my late mother's wedding dress?
Brother's fiance, late mother's. So it's, you say let. Is the
brother's fiance probably wants to wear it.
I know, but I'm just thinking like y'all ain't got the same parent for you to say my mother. Y'all ain't got the
No,
same mom.
they do,
Listen to how you said it though.
but maybe it's a she.
Letting,
My brother's
but
fiance
she
wear.
said my mom.
Yeah, because my mother's late. The dress.
Yeah, I know. But
I
I'm
don't know.
saying, why wouldn't she say our mom?
I don't know, Byron. People be talking.
Okay, all right, go ahead. But first of all, I feel weird about wearing dead people stuff.
Um,
I feel weird about it.
no, I think
I'm just
certain
saying me
things.
personally. I feel
I
weird
think
about
certain things are
wearing.
sentimental. Like I don't even want to think about this,
But no, but I'm just thinking.
but
Think about that.
somebody dear to me. I don't even want to say who I would think. I would want a keepsake of theirs.
I would not want to wear a tuxedo of somebody who
Okay,
passed
tuxedo,
away.
I understand, but wouldn't you want like a necklace or a
This is
bracelet
a
or
wedding
something?
dress. That's even worse.
Yeah,
Your
but
actual wedding dress. Okay,
yeah.
give me the ring. Okay, your ring when you was young.
See, the
This is a
reason why,
heirloom that passed
so
down.
without reading the story, which is crazy, we haven't read the
Yeah,
story
that's what
yet.
you know. How I like to do. I love jumping to
Without reading
conclusions
the
on these
story,
stories. I'm sorry.
let's say your mother passed away, right? This imaginary person, their mother passed away, and the mother gave them this dress, and they haven't been married yet. I don't
That
see that person being like, "Ew, I'm not going to wear my mother's wedding." Like that's a thing. People wear their mother's wedding dress, and this would be even more sentimental because the mother passed, so she gets to be at the wedding in in some way.
and she said to
The brother's fiance is trying to wear their dress. All right, let's read the story.
I wouldn't even feel comfortable asking to
Correct.
let hey your father died. Let me have his tuxedo from when y'all what?
Exactly.
From when they got married. Bruh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I, 30 female, lost my mom 5 years ago. Before she passed, she gave me her wedding dress. She told me she wanted me to have it, whether I chose to wear it at my own wedding, repurpose it, or just keep it as a memory of her.
Okay.
It's one of the most sentimental things I own.
Understandable.
My older brother, Jake, 33 male, is getting married in a few months to his fiancee, Laura, 29 female.
Okay.
We have a good relationship, but we're not super close.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, Laura asked if we could meet up for coffee, and that's when she dropped a bombshell.
Crazy.
She told me she had always dreamed of wearing a meaningful dress, quote unquote. When she got
This is
married,
screaming, I don't have money for my dress and I know you have one. I'm gonna see if I can fit it. But go ahead.
and thought it would be so special if she could wear my mom's wedding dress.
No.
She said it would be a beautiful way to honor my mom at the wedding. I was caught completely off guard. I told her that while I appreciated her sentiment, my mom gave the wedding dress to me,
Right.
and it was very personal.
Indeed.
I wasn't comfortable letting someone else wear it, especially because I still might want to use it in some way on my own wedding day.
That is correct.
One day. Laura immediately got upset and said I was being selfish.
Please have a nice day, Laura.
She told me it wasn't fair because she never got to meet my mom, and this would be a way for her to feel connected to her. She also said my mom would have wanted her to wear it since she's joining the family.
No.
I stood my
Ridiculous.
ground and told her no.
Yeah.
I suggested she find another way to incorporate my mom's memory, maybe
Right.
wearing a piece of my mom's jewelry or
Makes
a pair of
sense.
her shoes.
Absolutely.
But Laura said that wasn't the same. Now my brother is involved, and he told me I should reconsider because it would mean a lot to Laura. He said I was being unnecessarily difficult over it's just a dress. Over just a dress.
not
Well,
just
if it's
a
just a
dress.
dress, then don't
Get a
buy
new
it.
one.
Yeah.
Buy a new one.
Even some of my relatives are saying I should think about the bigger picture and how this would be a touching tribute.
They need to think about the bigger picture.
I feel guilty, but at the same time, this dress means the world to me. So Reddit, am I the a-hole for refusing to let her wear it?
No. Short answer. No. That is ridiculous. That's absolutely. And the thing is, it would have been one thing if it was like, yo, you've been around the family so long, the mom already knew you, and she's like, look, I don't care. I just wanted to pass down in our family. I love you so much type deal. And it was passed that way.
That's not her daughter.
But you're right. It's not her daughter.
It's just not her daughter.
It's not her daughter. There's no way you can spin that and make that okay.
The only thing that I could see is if you know how people have something bored, something blue, something old, something new, or whatever it is. Like maybe you can make, I don't know how long the dress is or if you were willing to repurpose it or whatever. Like if she was willing to repurpose it, here's a piece of the fabric.
Right.
Make a handkerchief about it. Make a head part of your headpiece. Sew it into your dress, something. Into the inside of your dress near your heart. Something where you can feel like, okay, I do have something of hers.
Gotta figure that out.
But get out of here.
No way. Absolutely not. That is absurd. That is absurd.
My thing is, I really, in these Reddit stories, why are they involving
other outside people?
And forcing, like, I don't want to force somebody to do something they don't want to do. So once I talk to you and you say no, which I would never think of asking this of someone.
It's crazy.
But let's just say I did and the person says no, that's where it ends. I'm not going to get somebody else to coerce the other person into doing the thing that I want.
And the thing is, it would be different. Tainted. It would be different if the young lady was married and had already wore it and was like, hey, I'm married. It's my mom's dress. I wore it. Not to say it's still not okay to just come from the outside and be asking because I want to. But at the same time, at that point, if she's already, like, I think the fact that she isn't married and she wants to wear it.
And let's just remind everybody that this was 5 years ago. 5 years is fresh to lose your mom.
That's crazy work.
It's not 15, 20 years ago, which still would be hurtful to a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't care what the time is.
But 5 years is very recent ago, ma'am.
That's, no.
So him getting married, she never met the mom, which means he met the girl after
he was dead.
Your mom would have wanted this. You have no idea what my mom would have wanted.
Come on, man. No.
None. Because you don't know her.
So this is, I don't have a dress. Like I said, I don't have money.
No, that's
you
not
don't know the person.
This is, I want what I want. And you know what I don't like in these stories?
No, I'm saying the
these
drive
boys, these men, don't ever say, girl. This is a life that this man is signing up for. Outrageous requests. And then they're trying to loop everybody into this outrageous. Can you just give it to her? No. No, sir. And it's her, the thing is, it's her possession. Just because it belonged to the mom at one point, that's irrelevant. Don't worry about it. It's no longer yours. The dress is now this person. You're asking her to borrow her dress. It's not my mom's dress anymore. Hey, girl, OP, can I borrow your dress that belonged to your mom before?
I'm gonna say something wild. My grandfather, I don't say much about what he says, but he said something one time. He had this saying where he says, never spoil a woman or a goat. Never spoil a woman or a goat. The problem is you're going to have problems for the duration of your entire marriage. Because when situations like this come up and they cross the line, this is a line cross to me. Like what you're asking for is too much.
It's out of place to ask in the first place.
It's way out of pocket.
And then you already went out and did it and she said no, it ends here.
For you to come back again and say, oh, it would mean so much to her. And defend this foolishness. This is you setting yourself up for a lifetime of that.
Foolishness.
You're setting yourself up for a lifetime of that.
Can I intervene on that? Never spoil a woman. I disagree.
So my grandfather said...
I disagree. I think you can spoil a woman who is reasonable.
If
you don't want to spoil a person who's spoiled.
This is a case
of... But a person who's been deserving of it?
This is a case of not listening to the semantics and understanding the spirit of what is being said. what is being
I'm a
said.
woman, and I heard what I heard. And
Exactly.
A lot of other
And I
women
need
will
you to hear what is actually being said here.
You said never spoil a woman. That's what was said.
Or a goat. Don't forget to go. The problem is that the person in these circumstances, you're making this saying, so to speak, off of the result being an unreasonable, difficult thing to deal with, hence the goat. That's what he's saying. So if you spoil, there's one thing to give to somebody who is deserving. You're not spoiling at that point in time. You're giving to somebody who's deserving. On the other hand, if they just say, I want what I want because I want it, you're like, okay.
All right, I see what you're saying.
There's a difference.
Okay. That's not how I was viewing the term spoiling.
I understand. So spoiling means to ruin, not to give to somebody.
Not in today's day and age. It's
again, my grandfather had a saying.
All right.
Rest in peace, fella. But this is an old saying from a long time ago. And of course, he had other sayings. But the whole point here is this young man who is about, and it's similar to what was the other story we talked about, where the person kind of did that same thing. Or it was kind of, she wanted to wear white to the wedding.
Yeah, she wanted to wear a white wedding dress to her.
Now, what happened in that case? Oh, we know how she is. Hey, just let her do it. Why are you making this a big deal?
Just let it happen to keep the peace.
You're going into this marriage spoiling the woman in a way that is unsustainable. Right now, you're not the person who has to make the sacrifice, so it's okay for you. You're making somebody else make the sacrifice. You're not the one being inconvenienced. That's a problem.
Yep.
That's a problem. You should not, under any circumstance, force somebody else to take whatever kind of concession just so somebody who you're attached to can be okay when what they're asking for is ridiculous.
And she said she got immediately upset and called her selfish and stuff like that. Like,
she out of pocket.
Like, what?
It's not yours.
You asked me if you can borrow it, and the answer is no. It was a yes or no question.
Let me borrow your brand new car that has 50 miles on it because you just rolled it from the dealership because I want to use it in my wedding. No. You can rent a car?
Yeah.
I just got this. No.
Right. No. And that's fine. I didn't think like, oh man, all right.
And
okay. Then you figure out what else.
Do you know, I can't believe they went all the stuff I done for them. Wait, no, we don't even have that great a relationship. So you can't even say that.
Correct.
I'm about to be a part of this family. I can't believe they won't let me have this car.
And I never got to meet her. It's so unfair. You could have done a beautiful tribute to her.
A bracelet.
Have a portrait of her made and have her.
Shoes.
You know, when my brother got married, they had a beautiful thing where they had her, my sister-in-law's dad, mom and her parents, and my dad's pictures, and there was like a cute sign that said, I know you're joining us from heaven or something like that. But you can pay tribute to people and pay your respects and everything in many different ways. Like I said, swatch of the fabric, wear her jewelry, wear some shoes of hers, whatever it is you want to feel. It doesn't have to be the dress.
Right. That's something that's...
It's not like it's a dress that's in the mom's storage unit and it's free for all.
Right. Even then, like...
I understand then. I understand where she's like, hey, here's
nobody's using this. You don't care about it. Can I have it?
Yes. Then she could have been like, no, well, I had intentions of doing it for my wedding one day.
And then after that, you're done. The conversation's over. She said no, move on.
Yeah.
I think it would mean a lot to her. Sir, why does this mean a lot to her? On the outside looking in, Mrs. I've been in the loop for 3 years. No. And this is what I said on the other post. Just like I said about my grandfather saying, stuff like that need to be passed down proper. It's unks in the building.
Yep.
It needs to be passed down proper. You can tell, because where's your dad?
in all of this?
I gotta know what a dad is. It's too many people who don't have a good role model of any sort. And I ain't saying, everything we talk about on this show is perfect. But you need to have somebody saying, hey, bro, stop that. Just stop. This is ridiculous. The pandering to make this young lady happy, I get it, but there's a certain point where I'm like, it's not making sense.
And I want to say one other thing with a person like that who's so callous about, borrowing the dress. We don't know if the size is going to fit. So you're going to make alterations to this dress and it will forever be changed to your liking.
Right.
So
it's not okay.
Yeah. Now the girl's gift is now what?
Messed up forever.
No.
So you need, folks, first of all, I want the people who are of unk age to embrace their unkness. Embrace your inner unkness, because you need to make sure that you're not trying to compete with people you should be giving advice to. Second of all, once you embrace it, actually give that advice. There's no reason that these men should be growing up and just incapable of doing things that women are complaining about.
Right.
At the same time saying they don't want. You know how that goes. Like, I don't want this behavior, but I need this a little bit. Oh, this is toxic. No, it's not. You just don't want to hear no. Sometimes the answer has to be no. It's not about control, but it's about let's respect other people's boundaries and then make them respect ours as well. Right?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Now we're married. We're a unit. Let's move like one. Let's respect one another, which is one of the utmost important things, is to be respectful in your marriage, relationship, whatever. And then other people need to respect you. And if they don't, exit yourself from the situation. This is the stuff that's got to be passed down, because there's too many stories, and two is too many, of, hey, I'm going to let my person do whatever they want to do. Husband, wife, flying out of town to see another dude. Talking about all this other stuff.
He didn't want to let that happen, but he just kind of didn't know if it was, he didn't know. You know what it is? When you are living in your own family unit, there's norms that happen that aren't normal, and you don't know it's not normal because that other person's like, what are you talking about? It's totally fine. And then you get some outside perspective, and then you realize how egregious the behavior is. But if you're never talking to anybody about it or hearing an outside perspective, because even your friends might be like, yeah, that's whatever, no problem. So you might be getting a complete skewed view of reality from the people around you. So that's why it's important to have. You need somebody in the camp. You can't be the smartest person in your camp. Somebody in the camp needs to be given proper advice who has been through something in life, just a little bit of something. The unks got to come together, and they got to make sure the sons and the daughters, and in some cases the aunties and the wives and all. We got make sure that the little bit of positive experience that you have, pass it on to somebody before you expire. Don't die with wisdom. Give some wisdom to the next person. Tell your story. Anyway, that's it. We're gonna wrap it up here with these two stories. Thank you again so much for joining us on this journey. I do hope you continue to follow, like, comment, subscribe, share. Thank you for those who already shared. I appreciate you so much. You're helping out. Please continue to do so. This is it. As we'll see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. approximately. We hope you get something out of it too.
Please.
Bye.